Good morning, Chair Ryu and members of the committee. My name is Robert Singleton. I'm here on behalf of Chamber of Progress, a national technology trade association that supports inclusive innovation. I'm here today in respectful opposition to HB 2157 because we believe it could uniquely deter innovation in Washington State, hamper access to valuable AI-powered services and products, and harm small businesses, all while failing to address discrimination consistently across online and offline context. AI has tremendous potential for improving education, healthcare service delivery, enabling creative expression, and developing new business opportunities. So it's critically important that we utilize the precautionary principle when adopting new public policy, as we want to promote the broad and equitable distribution of these new technologies while mitigating the unintended consequences. The sponsors of HB 2157 are justly concerned about civil rights abuses, particularly discrimination in housing, employment, and lending. Historically marginalized communities have faced repeated discrimination in these areas, and many more by human agents, and as such, we applaud the sponsors for their attention to these critical matters of social justice. However, pinpointing the source and catalyst of discriminatory outcomes of an AI system is not always possible, nor is consistently determined who or what is responsible for the act of discrimination. The roots of bias may be in the data used to train the model, which could be laden with human-created biases, or a human who rubber stamps the outcome of an automated decision tool. Additionally, it's not simply practical to mandate that a human be present for every consequence of decision addressed by this bill, given economies of scale. Whether it's the management of a fleet of tens of thousands of independent contractors in real time, or the assessment of millions of data inputs to identify patterns in the management of critical infrastructure, automated systems exist for a reason. Requiring impact assessments before initial deployment and again after each intentional and substantial modification also introduces ongoing compliance friction that will be unique to Washington State. So,
Robert, would you please submit the rest of your comment? I'm sorry, it's not fair when you're all used to 3 minutes and we just cut it in 50%. Do you, obviously, you absolutely are, in my opinion, very good with all the business implications and ramifications. On the consumer side, obviously, we cannot, I mean, even the smartest person, I don't think, can defend themselves by trying, unless they completely go away from any kind of automated systems, and I guess from not even being entertained by Netflix, I guess. So do you have suggestions on how we can get ahead of it if we don't do it at the developer and at the deployer at the beginning of it, rather than trying to whack-a-mole?
Yeah, so rather than creating a separate regulatory framework that focuses narrowly on artificial intelligence, we would recommend strengthening existing enforcement of civil rights laws and clarifying their application to modern technologies, and provide additional resources that address discrimination, specifically with the AG's office.
Yes, I agree, but we are constrained. All right, any questions for Robert? Thank you so very much. Next, please.